How to change category and insertion point of Revit families. Hello and welcome to our new video. In this tutorial, we will show how to change a family category when needed, and then how to modify the family insertion point. Let's get started. Revit uses categories to control element visibility, filters, and graphical representation. If a family is not assigned to the correct category, it may be invisible in plans, sections, 3D views, and schedules. Assigning the correct category makes it easier to find and select families, apply view templates, and use parameters specific to that category. If doors or windows are assigned to the generic model category, they will not appear in door or window schedules, nor can they be properly tagged in plans and sections. By changing the category to doors or windows, Revit automatically recognizes them, enables proper tagging, and includes them in all project documentation. Similarly, if a sofa is assigned to the generic model category, it will not be automatically recognized in furniture schedules or equipment tags. Once the category is changed to furniture, all of these functionalities become available. In this example, we have a sofa that is currently assigned to the generic model category, and we are going to change that. First, we select the family and click on Edit Family to open the Family Editor. In the Properties panel, we then click on Family Category and Parameters. A dialog box opens showing a list of all available categories. The current category, Generic Models, is highlighted in gray, indicating that it is the active category. We select the category we want, in this case Furniture, click OK, and the change is complete. We then load the family back into the project and choose Overwrite. Now, when we select the sofa, we can see in the Properties panel that it is correctly classified as furniture. Let's move on to the second part. The insertion point defines where an element will be placed when it is inserted into a view. An incorrect insertion point can cause the element to appear to float or be placed in the wrong location. Using a logical insertion point, for example the bottom surface of a table or the center of a door, allows for faster placement and easier alignment with other elements. In more complex projects, such as facades, modular furniture, or assembled elements, a properly defined insertion point ensures accuracy and reduces the need for manual adjustments. In this example, we are going to fix the insertion point. As you can see, when we try to place this family, the insertion point is offset from the actual geometry, which makes it harder to position the object where we want it. This issue often occurs when a family is downloaded from a website or created without properly defining the origin. To correct this, the family needs to be selected, and once again we click on Edit Family. We open the floor plans view, specifically the reference level. When we select one of the reference planes, we can see in the Properties panel that it is set to defines origin, center, front, back. The same applies to the other reference plane, center, left, right. The intersection of these two reference planes defines the insertion point. In this case, the insertion point is located away from the actual family geometry, specifically from this cabinet storage. We could move either the reference planes or the geometry itself, but best practice is to move the reference planes. First, we unpin the reference planes, then move them to the center of the family, and then pin them again. We then load the family back into the project and choose Overwrite. As a result, the existing cabinet storage instances shift slightly because the insertion point has been modified. However, we want the insertion point to be at the back of the storage unit, so let's do that. We will create a new reference plane and align it with the storage. Then, in the Properties panel, we check the box for Defines Origin. The new insertion point is now defined by the intersection of these two reference planes. It's important to note that the previous reference plane that was set as Defines Origin automatically loses that designation. We then load the family back into the project, choose Overwrite again, and the existing family instances shift slightly because the insertion point has changed. Now, the insertion point is at the back, which makes it much easier to position the family correctly in our layout. We have adjusted the insertion point horizontally, and now we will set it vertically. Let's go to the Elevations view on the left. We can see that the origin insertion point is currently at the intersection of the two reference planes, the back plane and the floor level plane. However, in some cases, for example wall cabinets or kitchen units mounted above the floor, wall-mounted sanitary fixtures like sinks or toilets, or wall-mounted lighting and technical equipment such as switches and outlets, we want the origin to be higher. To do this, we add a new reference plane and check the Defines Origin box, which moves the insertion point to the desired height. We then load the family back into the project and choose Overwrite. And that's it. We hope this tutorial helps you improve your Revit workflow. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials.